And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Careful Boys, where we keep it careful here, almost. Always, you know. So let's have fun. Let's do another little prompt. Let's ask a question, okay?
Okay.
And everybody go around and share a little bit of a story. But we were just talking about how everybody here used to ditch school.
Yep.
Let's hear some of the reasons for why some of y'all were leaving school. Ryan,
You got an excuse? Dude, I just hopped the fence and walked off.
I feel like Joe needed a reason to go to class.
I grew up really close to my middle school and high school, so I could walk home.
Don't you stare at your house like every day like, fuck, I just want to go home?
Well, I'm going to tell this story. I'll tell you. I could never use the bathroom. Like, I could never take shit in school. Like, I have to think about bathrooms. Yeah,
of course.
Oh, like it just gets locked up. You just
Like, I just can't go. It's like too dirty. I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, this is whatever.
Some people are like that when they travel too.
Yeah, like, I have a hard time going to the bathroom. So I used to call my mom and be like, yo, mom, I got to take a shit. And she used to call in and be like, he's got a doctor's appointment.
Oh, she backed you up?
Yeah.
That's
So
fucking sweet.
And then I'd walk home. Wow. Like, take a shit. Then I'm home. I'm like, I'll have lunch. Like, whatever. And then I'd walk back to school. You went back to school.
That's the fucking sickest shit ever.
Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, whatever.
What?
Because
You get to have lunch at home.
yeah, we just have lunch at home. Sweet.
You wouldn't stay home and just watch TV and just say like,
No, because like then I would get in trouble because my parents would know. Because then my teachers would know. So it was just like, you know, it was the unwritten rule. It's like I could do that as long as I went back to school.
dude, I fucking gave myself pneumonia, bro, so I didn't have to go to school for a couple of weeks. It was
What do you mean you
best
gave
time of my life.
yourself pneumonia. Hell yeah, dude. What'd you do? You
I willed it. I was like every day. You know how they say like in the fucking Secret, right? You gotta like
Manifest.
ask and manifest, right? Every fucking morning I was like, oh, I'm so sick. I believe it. I believe I'm so sick, right? And they're like, you ain't fucking sick. Get your ass to fucking school, right? And I'm like, I swear to God. And I would run to the kitchen, try to boil some water, put the thermometer in that bitch, and I would fucking pull it back out. And I'm like, you see, mom, I'm sick as fuck. And then every day I wasn't sick till one day I started coughing like a motherfucker, right?
You're like, yes.
They took me to the emergency room at like 3 in the morning. It was pretty nuts. I was hooked up to IVs and I was like, fuck yeah.
You see it, believe it, achieve it.
I tried to do that once when Zelda came out, Majora's Mask. I was like, I'm sick. And I remember I like willed myself to a temperature of 99, but really I think I was just holding my breath. So it was like sweating, and I got up to a 99. Because I also tried the thermometer trick, put the thermometer in boiling water.
Got too hot?
Yeah, it got too hot. It broke.
200.
It broke, and then all the mercury came out, and then like solidified, and I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, well, there goes that.
I probably caught a sickness, you know, from one of the students or whatever. But I remember being out for like weeks, and I was like, yo, this is a fucking dope racket, man. Like, I'm gonna try to get sick some more. And I remember one time I had this like stomach flu thing, and then I had to go to the to get a, what do you call it, the fucking CAT scan shit. And then I actually had a piece of shit stuck in my intestines.
ultrasound?
Yeah, the ultrasound. Whoa. So I was like, dude, this is the best gig in the world. Like, I feel like shit, but I could watch TV. I get taken care of. I'm like, I am the best kind of milker.
See, but that sounds like a nightmare to me because you were constipated, and that's all I can.
It fucking hurts.
It's like opposite.
I'm like, dude, this is the opposite of what I want.
He ditches to
It
shit.
fucking hurt. But you know what? I didn't have to go to school. And then at a certain point, I'll be like, oh, I think I'm feeling better. I need to go hang out with my friends. And then they're like, all right, fuck it, just do whatever you want. So I get to play every fucking day.
Oh my God.
When you're like on the verge of death, your parents are afraid that they're gonna lose you, right? So then like
You gotta exploit that.
you gotta exploit that shit, and then you get to play as much as you can.
Both my
I love
parents
how
were doctors.
nonchalant he just, yeah, you know, your parents are like, you know, afraid they're gonna lose you. So,
If there was anything wrong with me, there was two solutions. It was toast or take some Advil. Like that was it.
Ooh, toast.
Like I
you
could
didn't
get.
have the take Robitussin for everything kind of
No,
thing?
it was toast or like it was Advil and toast.
And your parents are doctors?
Yeah, no, they don't give a fuck. People who have, you know, parents who are doctors or in the medical field, they definitely pay less attention to your medical issues.
true.
And
Because they've seen it all.
They just always say stop being a bitch.
yeah, basically, they're just like, you know, like I could have a bloody nose, and my dad's like, you know, whatever. Like, eat some toast.
Eat some toast.
Was it wheat or was it white?
No, it was white bread, bro. This was in the 90s. So, like, wheat bread wasn't a thing yet. Yeah. If you wanted wheat bread, you had to pay like $400. and hire a baker.
Bart or something.
Like there was no wheat.
Hire a baker.
Yeah, hire a baker.
Did your parents or did your guys' mom have like split personality disorder? Where like when you're normal, right? She's a fucking bitch. But then the minute you're sick, she's like the best nurse in the world.
You mean she was your mom? She was everyone.
Like normally
like
she's a fucking bitch, but then when I'm sick, all of a sudden she got like this fucking hot soup with fucking dates and shit in it.
Oh yeah,
And then, like, she puts a fucking like towel on my forehead.
With the goji berries in there.
Yeah, and then she comes, "Are you okay?" and fucking puts a pillow underneath my feet. I'm like, "Damn, you were a fucking bitch yesterday."
You just say that to her?
Bart was the worst kid ever, dude.
This guy was such an asshole. He's like terrorizing everybody. But yesterday you were a bitch. Why can't you be like this every day?
I'm so confused because yesterday you were a bitch.
Because I was playing hooky at fucking Ethan Allen.
Fucking comes and like works on my pressure points to help with the headache go away. I'm like, what the fuck is all this?
Why can't you be like this every day?
How could you massage my head every day? What the fuck is this? You're a terrible mom.
I would sometimes I rarely ditched in high school because I was able to just get like off periods like during lunch and break and stuff, so I was already good with that. But I remember having my sister pretend to be my parents and like write a letter and like signed it as if it was like a parental note that I had like to do stuff, but I could only pull it off like once or twice, you know what I mean? And then from there I'd fucking just go play Magic the Gathering.
Wow, varsity Magic the Gathering.
But I will say, when it came to college though, ditching class was way different scale, because if you didn't have to take attendance in the class, I never showed up.
Yeah.
You would literally, like,
Especially if notes are online. And
There's like 300 kids. Yeah.
I'm never gonna show up to a lecture hall. Like, you're just gonna fall asleep anyway. You're just gonna be on your T-Mobile Sidekick anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like never went to class.
Sidekick.
Never. And still got B's. Heyo.
Let's go, dude.
So you're a failure in the Asian eyes, is what you're saying with your beat.
Well, I already had a sister who was doing better, so
it
no
didn't
matter
matter
what, I
what.
failed. No matter what.
You were in the shadows.
Yeah.
My shit's highly opposite. I never ditched school in high school whatsoever. I was like really good at that. And then I didn't get good grades, so I had to go to community college. And I was going to Cerritos College, and it was like spring break. You know, spring break you get like a week off. So I just hung out at my homie's house the whole week, played video games, and then once it was over, I went back to my first class at Cerritos College, and then they were like, "Oh, spring break just started now."
You were one of those guys?
Were you just blazed out of your minds? You just had no fucking clue? Dude, you took a week off before vacation started?
That semester, because of that, I flunked the entire semester.
Oh, shit.
All 12 units, gone. Over that shit.
So you missed the final, everything.
No, I just missed too much class that they just W'd me because they were like, you didn't show up for a week straight.
Yeah, but you could have been like, I was really sick.
After the fact, right? It's like, where were you? Alibi.
But there's just like, community college like a weirder thing where they just assume you fucking gave up like half the class does every class.
Oh, that's true though, because the first week of
Yeah.
school, it's a full campus, but by the end of the semester,
Nobody's there.
ghost town.
Yeah, there's
dude.
always like 4 people at the end of the like thing because it's like a purgatory. You're basically trying to fight to get out of.
This is the step before hell. Like, welcome.
Just battle royale.
Right. So yeah, that whole semester was just gone. I was just like, oh,
That's so
halfway
true.
through and now I got nothing to do.
Community college
Yeah.
is like that. It's a full class, and by the end, it's like 5 students.
I had to retake every one of those classes. Damn. I was halfway in. And then by then, there's another edition of the book. You got to rebuy that shit.
The scam of college textbook.
Buying books, bro.
Unintentional ditch story that everybody was like, "You're a fucking idiot."
I used to try to ditch Kumon all the time. Fucking hate Kumon.
That's the most Asian thing I've ever heard.
Kumon.
I want to ditch Kumon.
Like, I just, like, now, if you look at the logo of Kumon, it's just a child's face with, like, just a straight neutral.
He's not even happy.
He's not even happy, he's not sad, he's void of personality.
Math.
It's like they've lobotomized the Kumon
How long did you go to Kumon?
for like 2 or 3 years.
Was Kumon boring?
Yeah, it was. Here was the thing. My parents would only get involved with my schoolwork if I was doing bad. So I was never bad. But like, you know, I was a traditional Indian kid. I was like all in AP classes. And like, I just didn't want to do the extra fucking homework.
Today's video is brought to you by Upstart. Think of all the things that you could be doing right now if you didn't have high interest loans or credit card debt.
Well, Upstart can help you make those dreams a reality by helping you pay off that debt quickly and easily.
Upstart is the fast and easy way that you can pay off your debt with a personal loan all online.
Or funding personal expenses. Over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment.
Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score and is expanding access to affordable credit.
Unlike other lenders, Upstart uses your income and current employment to help you find a smarter rate for your loan.
With a 5-minute rate check, you could see your rate up front for loans of $1,000 to up to $50,000. And receive your funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan.
Wow. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today by going to upstart.com/offtherecord. Don't forget to use the URL below so they know that we sent you. Upstart.com/offtherecord. Your loan amount will be determined by your credit, your income, and other certain information that you put on the loan application. Make sure you go to upstart.com/offtherecord.
And I'm like, why do we have extra homework? Like, I just don't want to do it. So one time, I think I was like in 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade, we were going and I just didn't do any of it. Like, I didn't do the packets. My dad would hide an answer key. We went to Kumon. I brought in my bag a bottle of Coke and Ritz crackers. And like, you have to take the placement exam. Like, after every grade, you take an exam to get you to the next level. I gargled the Coke in my mouth with the Ritz crackers, and then I pretended to throw up everywhere.
That's so fucking smart.
I don't know if my dad remembers this story.
And then what happened?
And then he was like, my dad, I know in his head, he was probably like, what the fuck? My son's he's a fucking pussy. Like, he was like, I guarantee my dad was like, he did all of this to get out a goddamn math test? He must fucking hate this shit.
Yeah.
And then finally he was just like, oh, you don't need to go anymore.
Yeah.
Because I was like this. I think once
He's like, that was a waste of my money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in hindsight, if I was and my son did that, I'd been like, dude, what the fuck? What the
What's wrong with you, man? Yeah.
And that's when you became an actor.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, I knew I wanted to be an actor in 6th grade. And so my parents gave up hope, I think, on all of my academic dreams around like 8th or 9th grade.
Dang, cool. I used to go to Sylvan Learning Center. You know what that is?
Yeah.
The white Kumon, basically.
What's that like over there? What's the difference?
It's always in a mall. And then you depending on how well you do at the tutoring session, you get gift certificates to mall stores.
What?
Positive reinforcement.
That's so much better. All I would get was just like, congratulations, here's a more difficult exam.
They would give you like an electronics boutique like gift certificate.
Damn, dude, that's legit.
It was sick, but then they also were really, really bad teachers. Like, so you really didn't fucking learn anything. Like,
So they just give you coupons and you're like, fuck yeah, I didn't do shit.
It's almost like a handshake thing where the teacher is like, hey, you know, like, just act like you learned a lot so your parents continue to pay for this.
At Kumon, everyone was a fucking human abacus. Like, because you're not allowed to use calculators. They had the English portion, but I honestly don't even remember that. Because that was like reading comprehension and grammar, and so as long as you just physically read it, you're like, oh, I can figure this out. But the math was like, if you didn't know how to do it, you didn't know how to do it. Because you didn't have a calculator.
I remember going to Kumon for like 2 classes, and then my mom pulled me out because she found out they don't hit the kids there.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
She's all like, wait, they don't fuck him up?
She's like, if he doesn't do
What am I paying for?
if he doesn't do the work, you don't hit him? Like, okay, we're not going there.
She's like, man, I can't find a quality place with child abuse, man. The fuck, man?
America, man, it's getting soft.
See, that's why like my parents put me in martial arts, because like if I got in trouble, they'd be like, you're doing 25 push-ups. So you imagine like a 5-year-old skinny Indian kid who can barely stand up and hold his body weight. Like, they were like, no, on your knuckles. And I'm like, I'm like 5 years old. You know what I mean? And my Indian parents are like, and all the white parents are like, what's going on?
I miss that type of discipline.
What about you, Nick? You ever fucking dish, you know what I mean?
Not really. I do remember this one story because I played sports in high school. Not any cool sports, but I played water polo and I swam.
That's cool.
Whatever.
You're a loser.
Anyway, so I would always leave
Gotta
at
wind
like
back.
8th period for games, so I would leave and all that shit, right?
Eighth period.
Eighth period, yeah.
Was that your last period?
That was like 7th and 8th, we would leave.
What the fuck is 7 and 8?
So yeah, I don't know. We would just get to leave early.
7th period?
And honestly, that was the reason why I played sports. So I was like, we get to leave early, okay, I'll play
too many
sport.
How long were the classes?
10 minutes.
It was 55 minutes actually in our high school.
Mine was similar.
Did you get out of school at 5?
That feels long.
Like we would start. It was funny. We would start our day on 2nd period. Weird. Our first class of the day was always 2nd period. Anyways, this doesn't matter. This is not important.
No, we like all these intricacies.
Wait, it started at 2nd?
So I really want to know how your school system works. Where'd you grow up?
I went to Pasadena High School.
Okay.
So it was like a 0 period or something.
Homeroom.
Yeah, pretty much. But we didn't get to go to that. That was for like the extracurricular or whatever. Anyway, so 7th, 8th period we would leave, and you would usually have my 7th period was a physics class, and my 8th period was my sport class for whatever reason. So when I would leave to go to the games, I guess my teachers would just mark me absent. And at the end of the year, my senior year, they started sending like progress reports of everyone's attendance, because ditching was a very popular thing in my school. It was like probably the most common issue.
It's pretty popular in a lot of schools.
Exactly. but like in our school though, like it was like really bad. It was like, I don't know why.
Epidemic.
It was a pandemic, bro.
It was a ditch-demic.
Yeah.
Pasadena, baby.
Kids would get arrested and shit. Like it was like a whole fucking thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I got a notice in the mail from the school saying I had 65 absences for the whole year.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
But like that was considering for 1 period. 1 period would be an absence, right? Everyone else, all my other friends that would ditch all the time, they were in like the 200s for periods that they would miss.
Wow.
And I don't know, I've never seen my dad to this day so mad at me ever in my life. Like he was like, I can't believe you've been ditching class like this. I can't believe this. He's like, I'm so disappointed in you.
Oh, it's over.
I cannot believe you. And I was like, Dad, like, it's only because it's the sports classes. Everyone else has over 200 absences. And he goes, I don't care about the other kids.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, is this fucking guy giving me shit for this right now?
You were like, you see how wide my back is? I was like, you see? I'm fucking water. I'll throw a ball at your head at 45 miles an
I'm
hour.
115 pounds. I can kick your fucking ass, sir. How dare you?
Meanwhile, he's like, yeah. Is he pulling out the belt? He's like,
Oh, it's a water ball.
All these swimmers, bro, I don't know why they would always slap their bicep against their lat, and it was like the coolest fucking thing. I don't know why, but I was like,
Why do they do that?
Because they're lame, dude. Okay. But anyways, my parents got I've done way worse shit in my life. I've come home smelling like pot, just reeking of pot. My dad wasn't even mad at me at all. But when I ditched 60 classes for the whole year, he was like, I can't believe
Irresponsible, bro.
how many times
this is shit.
have you guys gotten detention? I always like this comment.
Oh shit.
I got detention for fighting when I was like in middle school, and I was
In junior high
and cheating in Bible class.
probably every single day for both 7th grade and 8th grade.
Dude, I got Saturday school because of that shit.
I got Saturday school a couple times.
I got banned from taking math at my high school.
Dude, how'd you get banned from learning at a
Why
at
are
a
the
school?
situations so extreme?
You got banned from learning
Because I talked shit about the fucking quadratic equation or something like that.
How do you? I mean, what? You got
quadratic-
canceled?
No, it's the dumbest. It's the dumbest thing. Like this. Every fucking time you when you get to algebra, you just have that moment. Maybe you didn't, but like you get that moment where you're like, when are we gonna fucking use this?
no, we used to do it all the time.
We're still there.
And then,
I don't even remember algebra.
And then so like I was just very fucking loudmouth about it. And then the teacher was like, you are gonna use this. And it was right when all the numbers were gone and it was nothing but letters. And it was like LX over D, whatever, solve for D or whatever. And I was like, when the fuck is this ever gonna, I didn't say fuck, but I was like, am I gonna end up at Ralph's and they're gonna go, your total comes to 8x over xv.
That's the right answer though.
And then she was like, get out. And then she was like, I'm never gonna teach you in this school. So they let me, they made me not take math there. I had to go to a different school for just math.
She fucking refused the right to give you service.
Wait, I have a question. How many times have you used the quadratic equation post that math?
Only in math class.
Wait, I think she's fucked up for that.
She is fucked up, and fuck her because she sucks. And she sent me down a spiral of thinking I wasn't good at math. Because
you are
like
a
she
genius.
was a shitty ass teacher.
Yeah.
And then so what happened is I had to take a math class at Don Bosco Tech, which is like a Catholic all-boys school. For real? And I was like the bully there, and I made these kids fucking cheat for me for 3 years.
Wow.
That's sweet. And I got all the way to like trig, and I didn't know one fucking thing about math.
That's how you do it.
And so then when it came to entrance exams for colleges, I fucking massively failed the math portion, even though I was in like pretty good math classes. And then I believed I sucked at it up until Cypress Community College. And then I was getting all A's, and I was like, holy shit, math is fucking dope.
Explains the world, man.
That was freshman year. That was my first fucking month taking Algebra 1. Wow. And because I mouthed off, she banned me from math. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Wow. Yo, this is, hey, what's this teacher's name?
Miss Dumbass.
Her name's Miss Seelau. She was Filipino too. She fucking had my back.
My AP Chem teacher, Mr. Langella, he's out there.
AP Chem, you're smart, bro.
He probably did AP Chem in 3rd grade or some shit, dude.
I was in 10th grade. He had a bet with me, which he definitely has lost. He said $100 that I wasn't gonna go into the arts, that I would fall back.
Why would he want to bet you that?
That was racist.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He was being racist.
But he doesn't know that I got a movie coming out in 6 hours.
Hey, what's that teacher's name?
Mr. Langella.
Mr. Langella. I bet he would trip the fuck out if he knew you were the voice of Ken.
He was. I will say this. He was always good. He was always a good guy.
Yeah.
I think secretly he did it to motivate me. Yeah. That's what I would like to believe.
Oh, dude, that's why Miss Seelau is so awesome,
I like to believe. Because he was also the football. He was a football coach.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think he saw me in a show once or twice. I mean, who knows? I played fucking.
He told you what you needed to hear.
Yeah, that's what I always think.
It's Miss
But like,
Seelau,
no matter
dude.
what, it doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna be a hater.
She actually did spin me into like, because of that I did find dance. Oddly enough.
Wow.
You know, dancing wasn't allowed in 7th Adventist schools. But then when I had to go to that all-boys school,
That's when you got into dancing.
that's when I met other b-boys,
Yeah.
and then that was my first b-boy crew, was the guys at that school.
Dude, she's the
Wow,
best.
dude.
Yeah, Miss Seelau.
Dude, everything happens for a reason.
She sees the algebra of life. But fuck the quadratic equation, dude.
That was the worst one. That's the worst one.